is good, everybody? My Paper Moon fam. It's your boy, PaperSin, aka the Hokage of the village. Hidden in that loud, you feel me? And got another reaction video for y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a little different than our normal ones. But y'all know about Danny Masterson? You know, the guy who R-worded, great. Two women, or actually more like five, I think, came up or testified or something. But apparently, well, not apparently, but he was sentenced to prison for like 30 years, right? Well, apparently, he's not gonna do any of that time. I mean, what? Huh? But if you don't know about Danny Masterson, let's go ahead over some things about him. Let's refresh our memories on who he is. And yeah, here to go. Everything to know about the Danny Masterson grape trial. It's on thecut.com, and it's by Bindu Bansinath. I failed at that. Sorry about that. And Angelina Champagne. Which are both of those names. Apologies. But let's go over. This is a long article. We're gonna go over the first section. It's very, very way up here. It's very first part. We're gonna all the way down here. We're gonna go over this, and then we're gonna watch this video we have over here saying ex-Scientologist Leah Remini reveals why Danny Masterson won't go to jail. Let's check this. Let's get into it. All right. So apparently, all right, not apparently. So here's everything we know on him. Los Angeles judge Charlene F. Olmedo on Thursday sentenced that 70s show actor Danny Masterson to 30 years to life in prison for graping two women. A jury convicted Masterson in May. His accusers said he SA'd them at his Hollywood home after plying them with alcohol in the early aughts. Sitting in the courtroom for his sentencing hearing, Masterson watched while his accusers recounted the impact their assault had on their lives. He wore a suit and had no visible reactions to the accusers' testimonies. According to the Associated Press, of course, Masterson has not shown an ounce of remorse for the pain he caused. One of the victims said, "I knew he belonged behind bars for the safety of all women that he came into contact with. I'm so sorry, and I'm so upset. I wish I'd reported him sooner to the police." While he was convicted on 2 counts of grape, Masterson has 5 accusers who allege that the Church of Scientology suppressed them from reporting the former actor, a lifelong member, to the LAPD. While the LAPD launched an investigation into Masterson in 2017, the actor furiously denied the woman's allegations, releasing a lengthy statement through his representative that disparaged the accusers and suggested they had only come forward because they'd been in contact with Leah Remini. Isn't that the same video we're watching later? Who was then working on a television series speaking out against the Church of Scientology. The two more victims also came forward with grape allegations this year, prompting Masterson's agency to drop him and Netflix to fire him from The Ranch. 3 of the accusers, I didn't even know that show was out. 3 of the accusers who testified in the LA trial filed a lawsuit against the actor and the Church of Scientology in 2019, alleging that they were stalked after the police reports. Masterson's defense team unsuccessfully tried to block testimony about the church from the trial, arguing it would bias the jury. A judge ruled that the women could testify to their feelings that the church had suppressed them. For his part, Masterson pleaded not guilty to all 3 counts of forcible rape. The judge declared a mistrial after jurors deadlocked in the first trial, per the Los Angeles Times. The recent retrial focused on the same allegations, but this time around, prosecutors also argued that Masterson had drugged his accusers before assaulting them. Ahead of Masterson's sentencing, more than 50 people wrote letters to the Olmedo supporting the disgraced actor, including his That 70s Show co-stars Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher. So there are 50 people who wrote letters? Holy crap. Kunis wholeheartedly vouched for Masterson's exceptional character in her letter, while Kutcher praised him as a role model and a positive influence, adding, "Over our 25-year relationship, I don't recall him ever lying to me." These statements did not sway Olmedo, who during the hearing said, "Mr. Masterson, you are not the victim here. Your actions 20 years ago took away another person's voice and choice. One way or another, you will have to come to terms with your prior actions and their consequences." Remini publicly showed support for Masterson's victims after the sentence was handed down, expressing relief that this dangerous rapist will be off the streets and unable to violently assault and rape women with the help of Scientology. Below is everything that you need to know that we need to know about the case. So that's where we're gonna end the article part here. But like, I didn't know 50 people came forward. I'm glad like the judge wasn't swayed at all. That's what's up. But man. All right, let's go over this. Why ex-Scientologist Leah Remini reveals why Danny Masterson won't go to jail. Let's see what's up. It's kind of messed up if he doesn't. Like, do your time. You did the shit.
The amount of power they receive from this church is like nothing in Hollywood. It is like nothing. There is no reason for them to leave this environment.
Mr. Masterson did.
It's like nothing in Hollywood. So yeah, obviously she's also letting us know that Hollywood of course has power, as you know.
Not commit the crimes for which he has been convicted.
There is a period of time prior to the 30 years that Mr. Masterson may be eligible for parole.
Well, folks, it's official. Danny Masterson, the guy we all remember from That 70s Show and The Ranch, has been handed a hefty sentence of 30 years to life in the slammer. Yeah, you heard me right. The dude who brought us laughs on screen is now looking at a lifetime behind bars.
Oh, disclaimer, the following content may
But
contain...
here's the kicker.
Disclaimer, the following content may contain elements of gossip, rumors, exaggeration, and indirect references, which may deviate from the absolute truth. Okay. As a viewer, it is essential to approach this material with a critical mindset and exercise discernment. We kindly advise you to conduct thorough research and cross-reference information from credible sources before forming any definitive conclusions or opinions. The intention behind presenting this content is to entertain and inform, and it should not be construed as factual or objective reporting.
But here's the kicker. He was not going down without a fight. Danny Masterson was singing a tune of innocence, claiming he's been wronged. I mean, who would have thought, right? A real-life plot twist that even Hollywood couldn't have scripted. Now, for those of you who have been living under a rock, Masterson has been accused of some pretty crazy stuff. 3 women claimed that he raped them at his fancy Hollywood Hills pad back in the early 2000s, when he was still rocking that 70s Show vibe. The court had its say, and they nailed him on 2 counts of rape, but they couldn't quite agree on that one from way back in 2000.
Out of all the attempts I did to make sure I didn't say that word, for YouTube and everything, it's just they don't mind saying it at all in this video. Obviously, it's AI though, reading it, talking, I believe.
Involving an ex-girlfriend. It's like a courtroom drama mixed with Hollywood scandal. And you know what they say, the truth is often stranger than fiction. Whether you're Team Masterson or Team Justice, one thing's for sure.
Justice.
The case is far from over, and it's already stirred up enough controversy to make a Netflix series out of it. The courtroom drama didn't stop at Danny Masterson's sentencing. When it was time for the three brave women who had accused him to address the judge, they didn't hold back. Jane Doe 1 didn't mince words, labeling the actor a true coward and heartless monster. Jane Doe 2 confronted Masterson across the courtroom, revealing the lasting trauma, saying, "I still have to contend with what you did to me that night. That takes a life's worth of therapy to repair. Every time I think I'm okay, that rape comes back to me." Jane Doe 3 disclosed her diagnosis of PTSD, underscoring the profound impact of Masterson's actions on her life. But it was Judge Charlene Omeldo who delivered a powerful message during the sentencing. She reminded Masterson that he was no victim, stating, "Mr. Masterson, you are not the victim here. Your actions 20 years ago took away another person's voice and choice. Your actions 20 years ago were criminal, and that is why you are here." The judge then dropped the hammer, sentencing Masterson to 15 years to life on
30.
each of the two charges, to be served consecutively. This wasn't Masterson's first rodeo, though.
Two
He had
okay.
already faced trial once before,
each of them.
back in November of 2022, but that ended with a hung jury. The judge decided to give it another shot with a fresh set of jurors. The big difference this time, the allegations of drugging. In the first trial, the woman testified about feeling weak or woozy after consuming a drink prepared by Masterson, but the prosecution hadn't explicitly accused him of drugging them. In the retrial, however, prosecutors made it clear that Masterson had indeed drugged them. Both trials had cast a glaring spotlight on the Church of Scientology, with Masterson being one of its high-profile celebrity members. Interestingly, all three victims were Scientologists at the time of their assaults, but have since left the church. Leah Remini, a former Scientologist and one of Hollywood's most vocal critics of the church, was present in the front row of the gallery to support the survivors. After Masterson's sentencing, Remini took to social media to express her relief, focusing on not only Masterson, but also on Scientology itself, calling it a multi-billion-dollar criminal organization with tax-exempt status, and implying its complicity in Masterson's actions. The controversy surrounding this case just keeps unraveling. But that wasn't the last time Leah spoke out about the heinous things that Danny had been doing and all the stuff that goes on in the super shady Church of Scientology. Leah Remini didn't hold back as she unleashed a scathing critique of the Church of Scientology in the wake of Danny Masterson's sentencing to 30 years to life in prison for the 2 counts of forcible rape. Taking to X, formerly known as Twitter, the outspoken former Scientologist shared a lengthy statement on Thursday, September 7th. In her message, 53-year-old Remini began by describing her surreal experience of sitting in court with the woman who had survived Danny Masterson's predatory actions. She then proceeded to level some serious accusations against the Church of Scientology, alleging that over the past 7 decades, former Scientologists have grown accustomed to the organization using its financial clout, religious protection, and influential connections to manipulate the course of justice. Remini didn't stop there. She contended that the church had been instrumental in covering up Masterson's crimes by enlisting the aid of its intelligence agency, along with the church officials and network of media-hungry, unscrupulous attorneys, private investigators, agents, and civilian Scientologists. According to her, this collective effort was part of a larger conspiracy aimed at concealing sexual violence crimes. In a dramatic twist, Remini went on to assert that Masterson's conviction and sentence were not just an indictment against the actor, but also extended to Scientology itself, its operatives, and its leader, David Miscavige. It's a blistering and controversial statement that adds yet another layer to the already complex web of allegations surrounding this high-profile case. Leah Remini didn't pull any punches when she talked about the woman who had endured the unimaginable horrors of rape and then faced the added ordeal of having their assaults concealed by the very organization that had pledged to protect them. In her words, these survivors had been through a living nightmare, with their rapes hidden away by Scientology. And not only that, but they had to endure what Remini termed ruthless and criminal harassment at the hands of Scientology and its agents after they had the courage to come forward to law enforcement. Remini emphasized the incredible determination, strength, and courage displayed by the women who had survived Danny Masterson's predatory actions. Their relentless pursuit of justice has not only shed light on their own traumatic experiences, but had also given hope to all the victims of Scientology, showing them that justice could be achieved. For this, Remini expressed her enduring gratitude. In a tweet, she underscored that the women who had been victimized by Masterson deserved justice, not only for what they had endured at his hands, but also for the relentless campaign waged against them by Scientology, an organization that sought to destroy them for reporting their rapes. Leaving Scientology behind in 2013, Remini became an outspoken critic of the church. She shared her experiences in her 2016 memoir, Troublemaker: Surviving Hollywood and Scientology, and further delved into the subject as a co-producer and host of the A&E docuseries Leah, Remini, Scientology and the Aftermath, which ran from 2016 to 2019 and received 2 Emmy Awards. Her commitment to exposing the truth and supporting survivors has been unwavering. When questioned for a response, the Church of Scientology stuck to their guns and reiterated the same statement they had issued following Danny Masterson's conviction. In their statement, the church contended that the prosecution's inclusion of religion in the trial was a groundbreaking breach of the First Amendment, asserting that it had implications for the due process rights of all Americans. Furthermore, the church adamantly denied any substantiated evidence to support the sensational claims of harassment by the church against the accusers. They went as far as to declare that each and every alleged instance of harassment attributed to the church was unequivocally false and had already been debunked. Clearly, the Church of Scientology remains steadfast in its position and continues to reject these allegations against them. The controversy surrounding this case, it seems, is far from over, and the battle of words continues. Many others have voiced their concerns about the church. Check out this tweet. Hashtag Nickelodeon child star Alexa Nicholas resurfaces to lead a protest against the Church of Scientology.
So, I keep thinking about how it does look like, according to Leah Remini, and just like how we saw in the article, that the women, that in the article it says that the women were they were kind of they were hushed. They were kept quiet about the allegation that their dealings with Danny, and so that's why they couldn't come forward sooner. And now we see why they're able to do that. If they have so much power in so many different places of the government and law enforcement, then damn.
She returns to the protest scene with her group Eat Predators, which has been marred by allegations of mistreatment by its members. Hashtag Alexa Nicholas, hashtag Zoe101, hashtag Los Angeles, hashtag Eat Predators. And just like Leah, one of the victims slammed Danny's friends as well for supporting and encouraging his disgusting behavior. One of the women who Danny Masterson was convicted of raping didn't mince words when it came to slamming his former 70s show co-stars, Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher. The couple had issued an apology video for writing character references on Masterson's behalf prior to his sentencing. But it seems like it didn't sit well with the survivor, identified as Jane Doe number 1. In a text message to a journalist, Yashir Ali, she didn't hold back, expressing her deep disappointment in Kunis and Kutcher's actions. She labeled their video as incredibly insulting and hurtful, a clear indication that their attempt at damage control didn't hit the mark for her. Jane Doe number 1 went on to emphasize the need for radical accountability and stress the importance of self-education, particularly for individuals who need to be mindful of their privilege. She also called out Ashton Kutcher, who claimed to work with victims of sex crimes, and Mila Kunis, invoking the Time's Up movement. Kunis and Kutcher, who had worked alongside Masterson for years on the sitcom, faced a significant backlash for writing character letters to Los Angeles Superior Court Judge Charlene Omeldo, as they were seen as trying to influence the sentencing process in Masterson's favor. The controversy surrounding this case has certainly left no stone unturned and emotions running high. So, what do you think? Comment down below and let us know. If you like this video, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be the first to see my next video. I post updates like this every week, where I uncover the secrets of your favorite celebrities.
Damn. So, What do y'all think? Like, do you think Danny is gonna get away with it thanks to, you know, they've already, like it says, they managed to cover up his crimes with the help of intelligence agencies, the Office of Special Affairs, top church officials. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they have this much power, if that church has this much power and this much reach, and Danny is being protected by said church, do you think he'll do time in prison, like 30 years, or at least a year, at least a month, at least a day, that he's sentenced to do? Because as we saw earlier, the guy said that there's a time period between the sentencing and actual going to prison, that he has a set amount of time. He has time to get parole, time to get parole or whatever. And so he may. Do you think the public court hearings, anything like that we heard, that we know, was just for the public, just for us to see, so that we can be satisfied? And maybe like during that time period where he before he goes to, after the sentencing and before he goes to jail, do you think he'll, you know, they'll reach out, make some moves under the table, something, I don't know, and we won't hear the new sentencing, that he has been granted parole, or won't be doing any time, and like that'll just be hidden from us? Or do you think what do you think is gonna happen? Just let me know. Let me know in the comments below, because this is crazy. But yeah, you know what it is after that. Don't forget to visit Celebrity Today. Link to the video, link to the channel, and link to the article will all be in the description below. So be sure to check them out. And while you're there visiting Celebrity Today, don't forget to do those 3 things that I like to ask you to do. And like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for more videos. Yeah. And you know what it is after that, in case I don't see you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace, and much love to you.